The next thing that I wanted to touch on very quickly is the Indiana Bears, which they will be very soon. And I'm not kidding. The Bears are leaving Chicago. The Chicago Bears are leaving Chicago. We're going to get some comparisons in just a second, but I do want to play this really quickly.
All right, keep a straight face here. The Bears belong in the city of Chicago. The Chicago Bears belong in the city of Chicago, right? And
is that a John Cena thing you did? What's happening here? Hold on. Did he know that was a thought that he said out loud? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mayor Johnson.
Bears belong in the city of Chicago. The Chicago Bears belong in the city of Chicago, right? And I've said repeatedly that the door is always open for conversations, Kevin Warren did call me yesterday. We didn't get a chance to connect, and I still firmly believe that their best position is in Chicago, and it's evidence. The evidence is clearly speaking for itself. Okay. All right, keep a straight face here.
Not the best clip that I've ever seen, context-wise, or just like what, I don't even know what that was, to be totally clear. But apparently this was something that had been negotiated for several years. The Bears tried to work out a deal with the Illinois government for 5 years and got nowhere. The Indiana government got one done in 2 months. There's a statement. Whoops. Always like and post out here. There's a statement. Here we go. Indiana's governor tweeted this after taking the Bears away from Chicago. Indiana is open for business, and our pro-growth environment continues to attract major opportunities like this partnership with the Chicago Bears. We've identified a promising site near Wolf Lake and Hammond and established a broad framework for negotiating a final deal. The state of Indiana moves at the speed of business was a quote that I loved. At the speed of business? I think I've seen that in an AT&T commercial. Actually, like literally. Sorry, the governor of Indiana dunking on the city of Chicago using the phrase, the state of Indiana moves at the speed of business, is just incredible. And we've demonstrated that through our quick coordination with state agencies, local government, and the legislature to set the stage. Do I know how to read or not? And we've demonstrated that through our quick coordination between state agencies, local governments, and the legislature to set the stage for a huge win for all Hoosiers. That sentence doesn't make sense, correct? Or anyways, for all Hoosiers. Hoosiers. If Indiana's not on a fucking hot streak right now as a state, just in general, I mean, the national championship, and then you take the Bears from Chicago, crazy shit. The Bears finally get a franchise QB, then move to a different state. All jokes aside, a pretty big deal. I mean, the Bears are expected to announce their intentions to build their stadium in Northwest Indiana. The Chicago Bears have officially agreed to relocate to Northwest Indiana. I mean, that is the case. All the comments over here, you'll notice, talk about how basically it appears that the ownership wanted the taxpayers to fund the stadium, which I could not know less about as far as, ultimately the politics behind why this happened, or whether a city, and taxpayers should pay for the new stadium versus the owner. Nashville had their own situation with that for several years, obviously, and now they are getting that stadium built. I'm actually not sure off the top of my head what the payment breaks down to as far as who it's on. I probably should as a responsible citizen, but I definitely do not. But at the end of the day, the Bears are not in Chicago anymore, and there's a couple comments. There was one over here somewhere that I saw that said like it's only 20 miles away, but like, okay, well, it's not in Chicago. That's 20 miles. Like, that's not a short distance if your point is that, well, they're still basically in Chicago. It's like, well, 20 miles is not really basically in Chicago still. I mean, if I don't have my phone on me right now, let's see, how far away is downtown from me right now? So from where I'm sitting to downtown Nashville is like 28 miles. There are several full towns, borderline small cities, that are between here and Nashville. Where I'm sitting is not Nashville. If you go one exit down, let's say 8 miles, if it's actually 20 miles, where's that breakdown? So they're still closer to Chicago than the Patriots are to Boston. The Patriots also aren't called the Boston Patriots. That's a dumb comparison. Yeah, exactly. New York Jets and Giants play in New Jersey. Washington Commanders play in Landover, Maryland. The list goes on. All true examples of teams that play outside of the city that they're technically named for. However, none of them were moved in this way. This is pretty crazy. I mean, so here's actually, look at there's the map. I mean, they're pointing at Indianapolis there, obviously. So Chicago is here. If they're going to be in Northwest Indiana, I don't know the actual location, but you're talking somewhere over here. I mean, but it's not in Chicago anymore, and the team is named Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty specific that they're in that city, and their shit's not going to be, their stadium's not going to be there. They are the Indiana Bears. That's crazy. That's crazy.